Welcome to the UnderDawgs podcast, the number one podcast at UGA. Are we recording already?
Number one.
Number
Are we
one. For
recording
I'm
sure.
honored.
already?
I'm honored.
For sure.
We just started recording, so yeah.
All right. I'm Massimo Balou, the most Italian-American dude at UGA, and I'm here with another fellow human, a friend of mine, one of my best friends, Oliver Kerrigan. How are you?
I'm doing great. Hi, Massey. It's always a pleasure to be here working with you. I'm particularly excited for today's episode. I love talking to all the guests and hearing their stories, but I think today's guest is of special importance, a story that everyone at UGA wants to hear.
See, I'm a big sustainer of improvisation, but when you have such a big guest, you need to write things down. So this is what I wrote for her. When we picked our first guest, we wanted to do something big. In other words, we wanted to reach high, but I did not know we would find 6'5" in the air. Well, people, the person sitting at my right has been named European Under-23 champion, NCAA champion, but she is also a beautiful, gentle lady who competed at the Paris Olympics. Ladies and gentlemen, Elena Kulichenko. And we have the applause too. We gotta make it sound like it's a big deal. How are you today?
I'm so honored, guys. Thank you so much for having
Yes,
me here.
yes.
Yes, I'm good. Thank you.
I was thinking about it because it's pretty unique the way we met, right?
Absolutely.
It's not like we met.
I think it's actually a really good story, and you should say it out.
You want
loud.
me to say it?
Yes.
All right, this is what happened. I was walking downtown. Can I say, 2:30 in the morning, 2 in the morning.
I was there.
You were there.
I was there,
You were
yeah.
I was casually walking around when I hear this beautiful young lady in the hot dog line. Can we say?
Dog line, yes.
You were in the hot dog line.
I was in the hot dog line,
So
yes.
that's what was happening. And I see her, and in the moment I look at her, she's talking to her friend, and she goes, "Oh man, I wish I could learn Italian."
I don't think
He's like, "Oh
That-
man, I wish I could learn Italian." To which I respond, "Piacere di conoscerti, Massimo."
I'm
You
pretty
remember that?
sure that is not what happened there.
What?
I was doing my
I've been telling people
Duolingo.
this story for a
No. Okay. My
Let's
time.
hear the real story.
Okay, the
Let's
real
hear the
story
real-
now.
yeah.
The real story. I was doing my Duolingo strict. You need to keep up. And I'm pretty sure I was saying something out loud. At the app, the audio app, whatever. So I'm saying something in Italian, of course, like umpa umpa.
Un po, which
And-
means a little.
A little, yes. And he walks by and he started talking to me. Yes, he started talking to me in Italian, and I was like, okay, no, not
No
happening.
what? No what?
No, what? I didn't understand whatever.
Oh.
Like, what did you say? I didn't understand anything because it was not. It was a little bit fluent. To me.
But we must agree on the fact that it was a pretty unique situation.
yes.
Some people may call it destiny, right?
Whoa. Yeah, true.
Yeah. But the reason why I invited you here is because I want to, and I was telling you this in the car as well, I wanted to invite awesome people on this podcast. And I think you are one of the most awesome people at UGA. Starting from the fact that you went to the Olympics in Paris. It was your first time,
Yes.
right? How was it? Can you guide me through the moment you were told you were going at the Olympics and how you felt about it?
Yes. So I think it was very unique for me because I got the Olympic standard and won the NCAA championship at the same time. So that's why it was very important to me. That's why mind-blowing situation, like one of the best moments in my life for sure. And after that, I was like, okay, I'm definitely going. And it was the beginning of June, so NCAAs. And I was like, okay, it's happening. But then you're not really thinking about it this way. It's like, yes, I'm going, but I still need to train, get the work done, blah, 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 travel around, go back to Europe from the United States, all these things. And then I think I only realized that I'm an Olympian when I arrived to Paris, and it was the opening ceremony the next day, and I'm in the Olympic Village. I'm going, getting dressed and all this stuff, and I was like, wow, it's
Hold on
happening.
there. You're telling me too much. I want to go from the beginning, and I want to follow the path of you arriving in Paris. First of all,
Okay.
who tells you, Elena, you're going to the Olympics?
Okay, no one told me that, but I knew that if I am jumping certain height, which was 197 or 6'5.5", I'm going because
Yeah.
it's the standard to go. And I'm representing Cyprus, and no one in Cyprus can really compete there with me.
Right.
So I knew that if I'm having the standard, I'm definitely going. and I don't need to like go to nationals.
Also, you're number one in
do the
Cyprus.
trials. I have the national record.
Ah.
National record.
There you go.
And that might
There
be
you
staying
go.
there for long.
I think it will be.
Imagine
I
like
think it will
people,
be.
the kids 30 years from now who are like trying
Damn
their
it.
best in Cyprus.
Damn it.
You're like, man, you remember that 30 years ago, Elena Kulichenko, she was so, I can't believe she did 190. Is 7 is the record in Cyprus or 7 is your
no,
record?
it's my record. It was 193, and the
Three.
first thing that I said it was 95, and then 97.
Yeah.
So now it's 97.
That's pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
what an inspiration, though.
How much can you jump?
Oh man, I'm like 5'8" and I can probably jump 3 feet. I don't know. It's pretty sad.
That's pretty
you,
good.
You know
still.
what I was
Yeah.
we were talking, and I was like, we all need to like get together, me and my NARPS friend. No offense,
Yeah.
I'm joking.
No, it's true.
And like,
It's true.
and like go to the stadium, to the track, like UJ track, and do some like fun practice, like to people to actually try. Because a lot of people are like, I'm wondering what I could do. He told me he can jump higher. I was like, yes, good one. That's a good one, but it's like, it's not happening. And that's why I really want to like kind of get together and think it would be a fun also.
How much do you
event
think
to
I
do.
can jump?
Uh,
Looking at my
one-
physical prominence.
Okay, 150, 160 at your total best. What is it? I don't know.
At my
guys.
best, like if
at
I
your
train for,
best, no. If you like right now,
Right now.
160 highest you can do.
Really?
What
That's
is
not
it?
bad.
160.
I can
It's
take
like
160.
you know, it's like this.
Yeah. I feel that I could jump that. Like if you give me
We can find out.
Wow. Yeah.
This is
10,
just like
20 tries.
you know,
Y'all, I mean, both of you are like up here. I'm like jumping like probably.
hey. It's
Here,
all
here.
about it's mental. It's all
It's
mental.
mental.
Mhm.
Really?
Mhm.
How much of it is mental? Genuine question.
A lot.
In percentage.
Yeah.
In percentage,
Yeah.
40%.
40%.
Wow.
40% is a lot.
It
I
is.
mean, if you don't have the body to do it and you don't have the structure and you don't do the training, there's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't believe like don't do like you're doing nothing, but you believe. Of course, it's not happening.
Yeah, it's one thing to do the training and get your body to where it needs to be, but that mental on top of that. Like, how do you stay focused and how do you not get stressed in high stakes like the Olympics?
Yeah, so usually you're stressing around about things that you can control, and when you understand that it's uncontrollable, just let it go. It makes it so much easier.
Let it go.
Let
Like
it go.
let
I
it
knew, I knew that someone's gonna sing it.
Let go of the control.
I'm so cliche. I want to talk about the mental game in positive and in negative. In positive, because you're arriving at the Olympics in Paris, you have millions and millions of people watching. And if I am right, the Olympics have a bigger audience than the underdogs. I'm not completely sure about that.
I'd have
but
to
I
look
do
it up.
think
I'd have
there
to
is.
look it up. It's close. It's close.
There has to be some data on the internet. You can find everything. Don't ask ChatGPT.
Yeah, I was
give you
about
that.
to say ask ChatGPT. Pretty good.
Yeah. What I was asking is
Millions
when
and
you
millions.
get there, right? You're in the locker room. You're getting prepared.
There's no locker
There's
room.
no locker room.
No
that
locker
situation.
When do
Before
you
you
get
go out
prepared?
there.
So you come from home already dressed up. You just
From
change
home.
the
There is
shoes.
Olympic Village where
Olympic
and there are
Village.
buses going to all the arenas.
Yeah.
Like depends on your sport. And yes, you already kind of have your gear on, everything. You're already makeup done, hair done, you know.
Yeah. How was
You
the
know.
Olympic Village? How was the Olympic Village?
It was nice. A lot of people were shitting on it because it's like there's so many like thousands of athletes, and you cannot like put all of these people in 5-star hotels.
Yeah.
It's obvious.
Yeah.
And it's always been like that. And I don't know why people were talking only about this Olympics like that. It was like in Rio, in London, like all of that. It's always been
Japan.
what is it? The carton? That's
The
the
carton
carton
beds.
beds. It's always been like that. I don't know why people like
No,
were-
it hasn't always been like that. They introduced it in Japan.
I'm pretty sure in Rio it was the same.
In Rio.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 quotes about the cardboard beds. Actually, one from NPR, National Public Radio. They said cardboard beds are making a comeback at the 2024 Paris Olympics in an effort to help make the games more environmentally friendly. What do you think about that? Because there's also another headline. Forbes said they dubbed the cardboard bags anti-sex beds.
Anti-sex, yes.
Anti-sex. So it's like 2 different ways of looking at it. Environmentally friendly. Which one do you think is more relevant, I guess?
The first one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you're trying to construct an Olympic village, it's something of a big size, and you have to.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like you cannot just build some like huge complex and then just like okay, we're done with the Olympics. Get
Alright.
it away, you know.
But you're putting a lot of 20-year-olds in the same building, and everybody looks fantastic. I cannot imagine that people don't do
Okay,
stuff.
yes, but all these people are professional athletes who know why they're here and why.
So
what they're
nothing
doing.
happened at the Olympic
I didn't say that.
Village.
I didn't say that. But I'm just saying. So what? People
You-
have sex.
you-
So what?
True, awesome.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
And the cardboard beds aren't going to stop you.
And you can have sex there. Like there is like it's yes, they're maybe not that big or not that
You'll
comfortable.
find a way,
You can yes, if you want, you can find a way for sure.
Yeah. You get creative.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
And are the beds uncomfortable? Like, how are you able to sleep the night before of your
Okay, you know what?
competition?
Year before, I was at the World University Games in China, Chengdu, and their beds was so much worse.
Really?
They were not. How do you say?
They sleep on
cardboard?
rocks over there.
Yes. That's why I sat on it, and it was just like the bench, and like I suppose that's why you get used to things like that, and it's like at this point again, you cannot change it. It's uncontrollable. So just be
have to
thankful
roll
that
with it.
you're here at the Olympics. Find positive things. Don't like shit on this.
Yeah, sleep is important though. So to be able to,
It's fine. It wasn't that bad.
I heard there was no air conditioning.
That part was a little bit.
Also, you're from
Okay,
Russia. You're
yes.
used to the cold. You need air
Yes,
conditioning. You're not
but-
programmed to be
yeah.
hot.
But it wasn't that hot in Paris.
No.
We got really lucky. It was like 70-ish.
oh, that's nice.
That's
every
crazy, though,
single-
they didn't have air
Yes.
conditioning.
Yes, but it's again back to environment friendly. I think in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I mean, the environment's important.
Yeah.
right? Environment's really important.
We would
Yeah.
need to have all the
Global warming, man.
representatives
on a-
of the environment
I think
talking to Oliver. Tell,
Hypocrites.
if you have the guts, tell her the temperature in your room when you sleep and the procedure.
I'm so environmentally not friendly. I put it at like 68 degrees at night.
Okay, that's
68 degrees. You have
I think it's
penguins.
nice.
Penguins
No,
in,
you
the,
need
in
cool.
the room. at
You need
68
cool
degrees.
temperature when you sleep. I think that's good.
Science says that
Science.
sleeping in a cold room actually
But
improves your
yes.
quality
Yeah.
of sleep.
Mhm.
So
I
you've
support
been in
that.
my room. You felt it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He slept in your room, and he
Yeah, I
got.
did.
That's not
Good call.
that's not for this podcast.
Oh, well, no,
that's
I
for
didn't.
that's for another kind of setting.
Maybe. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, but I grew up like my mom. She's the type of I remember when I was a lady. When I,
When you were a lady,
this is
Fun
not
times.
going well.
you're funny.
When I
You're
was
funny.
growing up, my mom always had one of those bags with warm water. She would boil the water, put it in the bag, and keep it on her feet.
That's
So
that's crazy.
That's the type of environment I grew up.
That's a
in.
crazy cultural difference.
Yeah.
Coming from Russia and also living in Cyprus for a little bit, how are the cultural differences being a student here in America? Like, were there crazy ones that kind of jumped out?
See, that's the thing. I'm a senior already,
Mm-hmm.
so that's why I kind of got used to the main things. That's why right now maybe it's not that easy to talk about it because
Yeah.
I was like, it's fine. It's fine that people going around in Crocs. It's okay.
I
Like,
do that.
I
I
thought-
go around in
See,
Crocs.
like it's the
That
beginning.
was impossible to understand for me. When I saw that, and still it bothers me. I keep it for myself. I try not to yell whenever I see it, but it makes me so angry.
What about when they have socks in the Crocs? What do we think about
Oh, it's
that?
even worse. They're going to
Yes.
hell.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
There's a
like,
specific
people
place,
like that.
and Dante
In
talks
Dante's.
about it in La Divina Commedia, in which these people go and stay for the eternity.
I was just surprised. I was like, why would you? But then I was like, I guess it's fine. It's okay. And then you just get comfortable
You
with
get
these things. But now, if something's going to come up on my mind, I'll tell you. for
Okay,
sure,
absolutely.
If
Yeah.
there's any.
Any
But
crazy
it's like
cultural
crazy.
things.
Like football, I think the only thing about, I was like, oh, why rugby here is so popular? It's American football. Okay,
Yeah.
why you call it football? Things like that. And so many people go crazy about it, like sold out stadiums. That was pretty cool.
How do you call soccer in Russia?
Football, because you play it with a foot.
Yeah.
With your foot,
That's a big whole controversy, and I do not give a shit because in Italy we call it calcio, so we don't care.
Really?
Yeah. But there are other
As
things
British
that were
people get
cultural
pissed.
shocks when I came here in the U.S. And Marco here, the photographer, he would agree probably with me. When I came, I felt the need, growing up in Italy, to kiss everybody on the cheeks. Here they think you're a sexual predator. if you do.
Yeah, it's true.
Yay.
It's
Yeah.
true. No one does la bise. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
In French, at least.
La
I don't-
bise?
La bise. When the French kiss each cheek. I don't know.
Massi.
That's me trying to be
Massi.
cultured. Yeah.
So this girl was showing me around campus. It was my first day in the United States, and she brings me around, and she's very nice. And as a polite young gentleman, which I am, because my mom grew me up this way, good food and hot, warm water bags on your feet before falling asleep. I looked at her and I'm like, okay, thank you very much. And I try to give her a kiss, and as I lean in, she goes, whoa. I said,
You're being a little too forward.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She goes, I don't know you that well. I'm like, before I can say anything, she goes, but maybe if we get to meet each other a little bit more. Yeah. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, she wasn't my type. So I'm sorry. That's not, I was trying to be polite. And then it was awkward for a good 15 seconds. I turned around, I left. She did the same. And we never talked again.
Yeah.
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 No,
What kind of
no
this-
more kisses.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Kind of a more serious topic, though, like having to transition to Cyprus as becoming a citizen there, and then also integrating with the U.S.
Yes.
That transition culturally can be very difficult.
Yes.
But I mean, again, like you can't control it,
Yes.
right? So is that kind of how you navigated it as well with that same mentality?
No, at that point I was just like having fun because everything new is always fun, and especially college in the United States, like Athens. You're coming like I got here. I literally had this conversation today, and the girl from my team was asking, "How many visas did you have?" How like athletes like I was like zero.
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 Wow.
And because it was my kind of only option, I didn't know anything about NCAA. Like I've been to America before, but it was like Disneyland, like California this type of thing.
New York City.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, college town, like I was like, whoa, what is going on? Why all these people like my age is crazy, so fun, going out with all my friends and everything. So I was just having fun, and I think that really helped me to distract myself from the hard part of it. Of
Yeah.
course, it was there. Of course,
It hangs out. Yeah, it's
everything
back-
like
it's back in the head.
homesick, blah, blah, blah. It was all definitely there, but you kind of try to find positive things. I always try to find
Positive
positive
things.
things in life, just in general, because like if you don't, life can suck.
Oh,
so bad.
absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
just that's why, yes, it was hard, but it was still okay.
Where do you call home right now? That's an obvious question, but
Where my people are.
Who are your people?
who are your people?
My people.
Oh,
Okay.
she's about to give the wrong answer.
My friends. My family. Family first. Family
Oh, she's
first.
media trained.
Family first.
Good.
Friends.
So the home is in the people,
Yeah,
not
it's-
necessarily
yes,
the geographical
Absolutely.
place.
Yes.
That
yes.
makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You have a good amount of fans, right? And they're all all over from Russia, Cyprus, even in the United States
Yes.
now. But you also have people who don't like you, and they don't
Not
like you
fans.
for not for who you are, but for decisions that you took in
Yes.
your athlete career.
Mhm.
I'm referring to you competing for Cyprus. You already knew we were going to talk about it, so you saw it coming. What do you think of the hate you received from your people, from the Russian people? And do
Well-
you think they're justified to do that?
It was not only from Russian people. That's the thing. That's
Really?
not a
Okay.
thing. That's why it was like such a big journey. Now I can easily talk about it because it doesn't like bother me
Right.
anymore. So I
It's in
got
the
more
past now.
mature. It's in the past. I'm doing my thing. I know what's up.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's like when I was a little girl and I was just like happy, for people who don't know, the Russia was banned for maybe 4 years at that point when I decided to do a transition. And it was banned for like some doping situation, then
The
like
doping scandal.
political. It was even before the war. And,
2020.
uh,
No, they were excluded from the 2020 Olympics.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And 16 as well.
And 16 too? Mm.
And that's why, before that, I didn't really think about it because I was like a little girl and I was just like competing locally and it was fine. But then when I was like growing up and there are all these European under 18, all these like festivals, blah, blah. And I was like, I can't go. And I was like, that sucks. You know,
does
that was
suck.
really upsetting because it has nothing to do with me. It's just like something bigger, again, that I can't control. That's why at that point I was like, I really want to. It's like, it's a little bit, it's not about, you know, being patriotic or just, I was like, I just want to compete. I enjoy, it's my, you know, job, and why I should sacrifice my career for something that is not really paying off. Because at that point I really had bad relationship with my federation in Russia, bad relationship with my coach there. And I was just so
Yeah, what
like
was going on with your
down.
coach?
Just at some point when I needed her the most, she was not there for me. And I had really like mental abuse, physical abuse, all those type of things. And now I understand it. But at the moment when, again, I was like little girl, like
How old were you?
14,
16,
14,
15?
15, I was like, she knows better. She's an adult. And
Right.
now I was like, that's not okay. That's why I also want to speak about such things when like young girls, I mean, young athletes in general are going through some like abuse. They need to realize that it's not okay, and they need to like stand
Stand up for themselves.
Yes,
exactly.
for themselves, and just like
Exactly.
to do something.
What do you think are some types of abuses coaches can inflict on their athletes that you, because obviously it's nice, I'm glad you're saying that, but I think it's important to be specific as well, because there is a lot of athletes out there who are not being treated as they should, and there are certain things that coaches should not be
Yeah.
allowed to do.
Of course, if your coach is like, you know, you have a hard practice, and they're like, "Come on, you get it." It's not abuse,
Right, because you love
It's
your
not
coach right now at UGA.
Yes,
He's
yes,
amazing.
yes,
I met him
yes.
the other day, an awesome guy.
But he never screams at me. He
Wow.
knows I don't like it. So, you know, but when your coach is like, "Oh, you're heavy, so today you don't eat and don't
Oh,
drink,"
shit.
that is
Pardon my language.
abuse.
Yeah.
Or
That's
when
bad.
they start cussing you out in the personal way, it's not like, "Oh, get your shit together, go do it." When they start actually talking about you as individual in a bad, that's a problem.
Personal attacks.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's like personal attacks. Maybe they think they are making it better. They're not. So at this point, and it's really hard topic because when you're at this like adolescence ages, it's so critical. You're so like weak.
You have
at
no
this-
idea
yes,
what's
yes,
going
you
on.
don't. You have no idea, and it's like, oh, they're my they're my coaches.
They
They're
know the
like they know
best.
better,
Yeah.
and
They're
it's like
professionals.
yes, that's why it can be really hard, and that's why it took me a while to like get away from there.
Absolutely.
So yeah, again, back to the transition, back to hate. So yes, when I decided to do it, it took me 1 year to get all my documents and everything, and then you have 2 years of quarantine when you're not competing internationally. World Athletics have this policy, so you cannot just like, oh, this year I'm gonna switch it to this country, next year I'm gonna switch it to another country. You know, they did it so people like, you know, do it like consciously.
Yeah.
So when I did it, they announced it only in Russia. So at that point, I got all this hate from Russia, from Russian people, like I'm a traitor, like blah blah blah, not patriotic. That was tough,
Yeah, I
but
bet.
I knew like my family, my friends supported me, and I knew that it was the right decision to me. That's why it was okay. But when I like 2 years goes by and it's my debut, it was last year as like on international stage, people like found out about me because my first international competition was the European U23 and I won them. So people like kind of found out about me. And I just remember I had this post on Instagram that the European Athletics did the collaboration with me. Gosh, I was not ready for all this hate. And,
Oh,
you know,
shit.
but it was mostly from Ukrainians though. Because they're like, it was like the war was already going.
Yeah.
And it was like, she has no right to be there, blah, blah, blah. Shame on World Athletics. They allowed such things. That was hard. And it would still like goes on until now, like after Olympics.
And,
like,
and let me tell you
everything.
this, I'm not going to take any position because this is a concept that is way bigger than me and I don't have the knowledge to speak on it. What I do have an understanding of is let's separate the individual from the country as a whole. This is a 17, 18-year-old girl who's changing nationality because she wants to compete at the top level because she's one of the very few people who can do it.
She has a dream.
So to blame her and to attack her is fucking stupid. I mean, it makes me mad just because I know you and I got to know you a little bit, and you're a wonderful, humble person. And to know that people say that, knowing who you are and the way you think, it upsets me. It upsets me.
Thank you. It's usually people who are not connected to sport, though. It's like, this. Do you have this saying here, couch critics?
Yeah.
Couch critics, yeah.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it's implied. I get it. They have no idea what's going on. And because they don't know what's going on, they just think about the problem and not the accomplishments of the athlete, which is bad. But like separating yourself from the hate is probably something that's difficult. But again, it's not personal. It's not on the person. It's about the big picture.
It's like you just need to know who you are, and it gets so much easier. When you're not take it personally, it was this like, it's not saying, but it's like the story how one of the psychologists was like talking to this woman, and he was like, oh, he started cussing her out, and he's like, you are so stupid, you look so bad, and she started crying, and then he was like, oh no, he was saying all these things, and then she started crying, and then in the end he's like, and your blue hair looks so stupid as well, and she's like, wait, I don't have blue hair. He was like, yeah, so you don't like imply this on yourself, but you imply all the other things. So it's really important to understand that it's not about you, it's about other people. They have all this like pain or like hate in themselves, and they just like
project it onto you. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, yeah. You have to know who you are. So who are you?
Yes, me?
Yeah.
I'm just a humble person.
Just a humble person. That's what he said.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah. Like what do you like to do for fun outside of athletics here in Athens? Around campus.
You're an awesome athlete, right? You're an awesome athlete.
Yes, of course it takes.
You do well at school.
Yes.
What do you do in that little bit of free time you got?
And athletics takes the most of my time. But it's also different, when I'm in Athens, for example. It's of course like I'm trying to find time to spend it with my friends and just like to relax a little bit. I love to do puzzles. I have
So
I'm like
my
actually,
mom. My mom loves puzzles.
I'm actually like obsessed with it.
Really?
I always have some puzzles in my home. I always do that.
How many pieces?
I like 1K. 1K is like really good for one person and just like really not big, not small.
Do you like doing puzzles with other people, or do they get in the way?
I don't mind, but I would rather
ideally do it by yourself. What's the best movie of all time?
Your favorite movie?
Yeah.
My favorite. Damn. On my mind, it comes like Avatar. It's like the best, one of the best movies.
That
but
was
it's
a
not my
The first or second
The
Avatar?
first, of course.
I like
The second one was
better.
good. The second one was good too. Yes,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, I think the Avatar first is like just a masterpiece.
movie.
Yeah.
I feel if you look at it from the special effects perspective, the second one is better because they're more technologically advanced. But the first one was a revolution. It was like Star Wars when Star Wars came out. Also, lately, I haven't really been wanting to watch horror movies or stuff that makes me feel negative. I just watch comedies.
Actually.
I'm just a simp at this point. I just watch stuff that makes me feel good.
Well, it's October. I've actually watched a horror movie at night this month because of October. I like to get in the spirit of Halloween. I still love Halloween because you get to eat a lot of candy. I'm a big candy person. That's my vice. He can tell you.
I hate candies. I didn't grow up with candies. I don't like candies. Candies are bad for you. I don't want to do it.
I know they're bad for me, but because I'm American, as a kid, I was stuffing my face every Halloween with it, and I guess I just got addicted. Give me a good.
Is it
Snickers.
true? Is it true? Sorry, since we're talking about Americans and candies, Italians and stereotypes, is it true that Russians smile less than Americans? I feel that that's generally true.
That's another thing. Okay, sorry. Yes. The culture shock. Why you ask how are you doing if you don't want to know the answer? Like first good few weeks, I was like, oh, I'm good. I just got here and start, telling them how I'm doing.
She'd do a whole monologue.
Yes. And then they're like,
they would be.
oh, okay. And then my friend, she was like American. And she was like, at some point she heard it and she was like, Elena, why are you telling them all this shit? I was like, what do you mean they asked me? She was like, no, you should say good. How are you? I was like, okay, that's bullshit.
And then I like it that sometimes you say, "Hey, how are you?" and you don't receive any answer. Like you don't answer telling them how you're doing. You just tell them how are you doing back. It's question.
This is how it goes. Hey, how are you doing? Hey, how are you doing? You know, and then maybe as you're walking on campus,
Yes.
and no one really cares.
Okay,
It's just
how
an
do
introduction.
you respond to what's up?
Oh, that's
Hey,
a
what's
big
up?
problem.
Hey,
Okay,
what's
before
up?
you
You
answer
just
that,
say,
my
"What's up?"
brother came here 7 or 8 years ago. He was in Las Vegas, and that was the biggest problem him and his friends group had. So they're like, "How are we gonna figure out how to answer to that?" And then they walk by and they ask the question to these Americans, and they go, "Fantastic." So all the vacation, whenever they talk to people, "How you doing?" "Fantastic."
Fantastic.
With
That's
that
good.
That's a good
strong,
answer.
thick Italian accent. Fantastic.
I'll do one or two things. If I don't know the person very well and they're kind of like an acquaintance, not a friend, I'll be like, nothing much. What's up with you? But if it's my friend, I'll do something silly like the sky or like, what's up, the sky? And then you talk. Kind of use that as
So
an intro point.
silly.
So silly. Yeah. It's kind of cringy, but it's a funny because I think it's kind of a stupid phrase as well that we say. Yeah.
Well,
But it's a thing.
Yeah.
okay.
There's no good answer. You say whatever you want.
What are some other things?
Yes, people smile less in Russia because no one smiles to like strangers. It's not like really in the culture, so you don't walk around and like. No, it's like they're gonna smile at you only if you're like if you know them and you deserve the smile.
Oh, yeah.
They like, but if they smile, they mean it. That's the thing.
We use the smile so much, sometimes the smile doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything. It's fake. Because I feel that Americans are trying to sell you something all the time. Everybody's always trying to sell themselves.
True.
That's true.
True.
That's true. Everybody is a product, and everybody's trying to make themselves shine
Hey, nowadays.
nowadays. Did we get to the nowadays?
The nowadays.
Like, oh, these days.
These days are tough. These days are tough. But it's important to remember you can't control a lot of things. And you have to
Yeah, just
kind of
find
about it.
positive things in them. There's definitely gonna be something positive. It's nice. I love when people smile at me. Yes, it's not all like genuine all the time, but it's still nice. You
I
know,
like it.
positive
I like it. I
energy.
like
I don't mind.
I like this fake world in which I live. I enjoy it, actually. I mean it.
Yeah.
I mean it. I like it.
Yeah, it has its good things.
I do that in Florence when I come back for Christmas or summer, and I look at people and I go, "Hey, how you doing?" And they're like,
Weirdo.
Who the fuck is this
who's
guy?
this guy? I don't
Who
know
the fuck
I don't
invited
even
him
know.
there?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
And it's my second grade aunt. I mean, I should be able to say hello to her.
She kind of disowns you a little bit.
She's like, "Who the fuck are you?"
She forgets who you are, man. That's your American side coming out. Would
Yeah.
you say? I mean, obviously, it's true that being in America has changed you a little bit. It's inevitable.
Yes.
But have you noticed any specifics with the way it's changed?
Yes, I got more relaxed.
More relaxed.
Just
That's a
in
great thing.
general, like about life, about like not being worried about a lot of things. Again, like about uncontrollable, what people gonna think about you. You can't control what people that you know is gonna always like think something about you. You don't even know them. Like,
Yeah.
they don't know you. And it's like, why would you worry about something that is on their mind and blah, blah, blah. So all this type of things.
A big thing you can't control is the future.
Yes.
And that's worrying about the future is a crazy thing. But having a dream is another thing. You know, a dream for the future. What is your ultimate dream? This might be a loaded question, a serious question. What is your ultimate dream in your athletic career?
Of course, it's Olympic gold. Okay, before this year, it was go to the Olympics, become an Olympian. Yes, but like now it's the Olympic gold. It's like ultimate. You know, of course, I have all these little goals before, which is gonna like step by step, you're
That's how it
building
is.
it. Yes, but then it's like, of course, I think every athlete still like Olympics is the main competition of the life for all of the athletes, and maybe not tennis, but it's still,
But
That's
see,
the
this is the
dream.
problem about having great goals, because sooner or later you will achieve it. And then it's like, I enjoy it. I loved it. I wish I could go back and do it again. Now the only way to have that feeling again is to do something bigger.
Yes, that's what. Yes, I mean that's why I know that there is still like potential. That there's still like every single time you're adding like 1 centimeter, another centimeter
Yeah.
of the personal best, that feels awesome
Yeah,
every
it's the
single
progress.
time. It's all about the progress. It's about just like winning again and winning again. It's so addicting, this feeling, you know.
Absolutely.
That's why I was like, I'm gonna be so depressed when I'm gonna be
All right,
done.
let's
When I'm gonna be
imagine,
done, I'm gonna be so depressed.
Let's imagine you win the Olympics, you get the gold.
Mm-hmm.
How much are you jumping?
It can be like it really
Ideally, in your head.
ideally like
What do you have in your head? Did you ever envision it?
I don't
Did you ever
know,
dream about it?
205. It doesn't matter at this point. You know, Olympics. It's not about the results. It's about the place.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because you arrived
In
seventh,
comparison to other people.
but a whole bunch of other people, like you did the same height
yes, it's the third.
as the
It's
third, but you realized your highest jump at your third attempt. And that's the reason why you arrived seventh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are
You were
crazy
that close to
statistics.
getting a medal.
It's okay.
Even though I heard those
Yes.
bronze medals were no good. That's what they said. They were saying
It's
the
okay. I
material was
still
no
would-
good. You still
I
would
still
have
would
taken
take
it.
It's fine. It's fine.
They gave me one time when I participated in the Olympics, and I was like, "This material is no good," so I gave it
Get
back
it?
and
Yeah,
refused the title.
get it.
What were
back
you?
and
Yeah. What were
won.
you in the Olympics for? I forgot.
Heavyweight,
Kind of.
uh,
Have you seen that breakdance
Heavyweight
video? That
boxing.
was him. That was him.
that was him.
Which
You're actually Ray
The
Gunn.
Australia breakdance.
Ray Gunn.
That was you?
No, I was the heavyweight champion. What are you talking about?
And what?
Boxing.
Boxing.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe I missed that.
So,
Damn.
That's crazy. Yeah.
in
He
fact,
was-
Muhammad Ali said, "If I had half of his talent, I probably would have been the greatest boxer of all time."
For sure, dude. For sure.
Listen, do we want to go? Do you have any other question before we get to the?
To the quick questions.
Yeah.
I did have one question.
Okay.
What's your goal in life outside of athletics? I know you're.
Be healthy and happy. Other than that, it doesn't matter. Honestly, if you're not like healthy,
healthy.
healthy and happy, it doesn't matter what you do. It's like these two things. Just enjoy life.
That's great. That's great.
What if you need to see your life outside of sports? What do you see in terms of career?
I was thinking about becoming a coach actually because I really enjoy it right now. As I said, I'm a senior and we have a lot of freshmen in our team, and I really enjoy like, you know, helping them out and just like be coach assistant. I really enjoy it. I don't know if I'll have patience to be a coach, but I can see myself do that because I think I can be helpful, and I think
Absolutely.
it's kind of the only way you can receive the same type of emotions without being an athlete.
Yeah.
Living vicariously
Yes.
through the.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Being a
big thing.
coach, or just like some also like sport mental health therapist. I think that could be really cool because this field is still in process. It's not that popular, but people like still, you know, finding out and just like educate other coaches because it's still a problem, and I think that would be cool too.
Well, based on what you've said about the way that you have experienced coaching, I
Yes,
think you'd
yes,
be great
yes.
at it.
Like it's cool when you have your own experience and you know how helpful it can be and what words to find to like talk to the athletes and just like to help them out. Why not? If I have the resources, you know, if I can help, why not?
Yeah. So it's gonna be in the world of sports.
Probably,
Anyways.
probably. I love it so
Anyways.
much. That's why I don't want to leave.
What do your parents do?
My dad is a
Okay.
in finances, and my mom just enjoying her life.
Yeah.
she's,
Yeah.
she's a housewife.
That's nice. Would you
Yes.
ever see yourself being a housewife? We kind of talked about this one
Yes,
time.
I can. Okay, yes, but I don't know how fast I'll become bored.
I feel that you would never be able to be a housewife. You're too ambitious to be a housewife. You're too determined. You want more goals. You want that feeling.
Maybe in the
adrenaline
future, at some
pumping in
point,
your
when I'm
blood.
at some point in the future, when like I'm done with all my goals and I'm just like I'm ready to like slow down and have like low life.
Be
Yeah.
relaxed. Be
I don't
happy.
mind. I don't mind.
Yeah.
What's your favorite cheat food? Like when you can,
food?
when you're not on a diet,
Oh.
what do you like to eat?
Is it
Like your
cheap,
favorite thing?
cheap food.
No, cheat food.
Cheat.
Cheat,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
I love nice.
Too many internationals on this podcast. It's gonna be a disaster.
I like some good burger.
Oh,
Burger.
yeah.
Yes, but like sushi, I don't think it's cheap food because I think it's pretty like
Pretty
what
healthy.
you have. Yes, you have like
The rice,
you
the
have
carbs, the
the
veggies,
the what veggies? Sushi
Uh,
is
yeah, you
The
think-
seaweed,
fish
the seaweed
and
paper. The
seaweed
seaweed.
paper,
Okay.
They'll
Okay.
put
Vegetables. Sometimes carrots. You have
Yeah,
carrots.
okay,
Cucumber.
okay, yeah,
But
okay.
usually when I see cucumber, I like push it out with my finger. You know those rolls? I push it out with my finger and then I eat it because I don't like the cucumber. I'm one of those kids who
Yeah.
pushes outside.
Where do
the
you
food
like to
he
get
doesn't like.
burgers in Athens? What's the best burger place?
What is it?
Farm burger.
Something? I think they have pretty good ones.
I've never been there. I've heard good things.
Farm burger.
Farm burger.
Never
Well,
been
I've
there.
heard they
Well,
have
he
really.
lives in it. He's from Athens.
I'm from
so he
Really?
Athens.
knows.
I've lived in Athens.
What
my
would you
entire life.
recommend?
Have you heard of Cafe Racer?
No.
Cafe Racer does really good burgers. They're on Atlanta Highway, and they're
I don't
li-
have
they're
a
little
car.
blue.
I don't have a car. That's
Okay.
why if I can go there on my scooter,
You have a scooter.
yes.
That's a lot of fun, I
yes,
bet.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so much fun.
Oh, also, do you eat at any dining hall? Or do you have? How does it work with sports people?
We have our own like area. It's like grab and go, but it's not very good. It's
No?
okay. It's not like I know football have like really good stuff.
Oh, really? Did you hear
Ours
about it?
not very good, but still okay. I can complain. And
They don't put you guys all together.
I will,
They separate even there.
Yes.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Football is their own bubble.
League
Yeah, no.
bubble.
Who
yes,
knows what
bubble.
goes on in them?
You never went to the
Absolutely.
dining halls.
I did. My whole freshman year was such a vibe. I loved it so much.
Why don't you come to the dining hall still?
I don't
Would they
know, I'm
make you
kinda
pay?
like- yes.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Which one was your favorite?
I
When you
lived
were-
in ECV, so Joe Frank was my.
Oh my God.
Joe Frank's my favorite.
I
I'm so
loved it. I
against
loved
that.
it. I
I'm
loved
so
it.
The
against that.
smoothies.
What's yours?
Everybody's
What's yours?
against
Okay,
me on
I
this
think
What-
what is it? The one which is not Bolton, but the one like
No.
a little bit
House?
down.
Oh
House had really nice stuff. Sometimes they're like healthy options. I think that was pretty good.
They have the Hacienda, which you can get like nice rice bowls with chicken.
yes.
and stuff like
They
that.
had like salmon. I love salmon so much. They had a really
At
nice
Bolton,
one.
they have salmon all the time.
I don't like Bolton actually.
What? I don't
Bolton's
like
history.
So many, there's so many people, and it's
not
always
funny
just like so
anymore.
crowded. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kind of like
Absolutely. I'm
greasy.
right
But
with
they
you.
have
greasy
like
stuff.
everything at Bolton. They have so much choice. They have that southern corner where you eat
You asked
homemade
me.
food all
You
the
asked
time.
me.
And I was
told
testing
He has opinions. He
how
has
good
strong
of a
opinions.
taste you got.
Yeah,
Obviously
yeah.
none.
Yes. Okay.
It gets him riled up, honestly. This man's very picky. He's
Yeah.
a big eater.
Damn.
Big food guy over here. Food's very
eater.
important. You're a picky eater. You're a big
A
eater.
picky one. yeah.
But yeah, let's do the. should
Let's
we
do that.
let's do the quick questions?
Yeah.
All right.
This is actually the last thing on the podcast, which I'm sad because it was such a great one. Did you have fun?
Yes.
Like later
Until
on.
last
Later on, you-
minute.
later on,
Until
you
last
can
few
tell me
minutes.
how much
Until you
I-
started talking about how good
Good
Bolton
Bolton
is.
is yes.
Until you
that
start,
was pretty
until
fun.
we start offending you, it was all good. Quick questions. Ollie, do you want to start?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
no,
start.
let me explain the format.
Yes,
Go ahead.
please. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, we're going to ask you 10 quick questions, and the point on your side is to answer as quickly as possible.
So I need to choose between this and that. Or-
Sometimes.
Or you tell us, like, the first thing that comes up to your mind.
Okay, can I record this? I wanna I've seen these videos. Like,
Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't see
alright.
what.
Do you want him to record it for you?
No.
Oh, you want to be okay in first person.
Okay, let's go.
Are you ready?
Yes,
Let's do it. All right, cats or dogs?
dogs.
Putin can fight a bear. Can you jump over one?
No, no.
Favorite snack?
Sneakers.
Can you dunk?
Oh.
Favorite bar in downtown Athens?
Police.
How many 8-year-olds do you think you could take in a fight?
Free.
3.
Only 3?
All right.
At the same time. Free.
No, there's no time to articulate here.
Favorite sport outside of track?
Basketball.
Favorite American artist?
Drake.
Best movie of all time?
Avatar.
Where are the hottest men in the world from?
Italy.
Vuoi venire a cena con me?
The Italian. And that's kind of the last. That's the last question.
Yeah, that was the last question. Thank you very much. Elena Kulichenko, everybody. Thank you so much for coming here. It's a wrap up from the UnderDawgs podcast. We'll see you next time.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you.
That was awesome. That was a great. Did you have fun?
Yes, yes.
All that talk about food has me hungry.
I know. Me too. Me too.
Burger or something. Have you
Bolton time?
been? No, not Joe Frank.
Obviously.
I don't understand.
Do you want to come to dinner with me tonight?
All right, you Italian. And that's kind of the last. That's the last question.
Yeah, that was the last question. Thank you very much. Elena Kulichenko, everybody. Thank you so much for coming here. It's a wrap up from the UnderDawgs podcast. We'll see you next time.
Yay! Thank you. Thank you.
That was awesome. That was a great episode. Did you have fun?
Yes, yes.
All that talk about food has me hungry.
I know. Me too. Me too.
A
Me
burger
too.
or something.
Have you some time?
No, not joking.
Obviously.